Yorana, 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 Yorana. That means hello here in Rapa Nui. And today I'm going to be walking to the highest point on Easter Island, Terevaka. It could take me up to 6 hours round trip. 3 hours there and 3 hours back. Not really too sure, just going on a whim, so see what we can see along the way. And it's very, very hot today, very humid. I'm in Hangaroa, the main city or village, the biggest village here, and you can see some of the decorations here and some fresh tuna that I just walked past over here by the fruit market. The main types of vendors here in this street, the main street, are cafes, tour guides, bike and vehicle rentals, and souvenir shops. Hola, puedo preguntar, yo quiero caminar a Terevaka. ¿Necesito caminar solo en el calle azul o puedo caminar ahí?
No es posible por aquí.
No por aquí, solo
hasta Aguaquivi y
aquí
avisar que va solito hasta arriba.
¿Y necesito regreso aquí o puedo regreso?
Tiene que regresar por aquí.
No por aquí.
No, porque si le pasa algo como lo...
Bueno, y también no puedo, no. Bueno.
Todo esto ya está con caseta,
sí,
controlado, así que si lo ven solo, lo devuelven.
Sí, necesito un guía, claro. Por ejemplo. Bueno.
Pero desde aquí hasta arriba
no
hay problema, pero tiene que volver por aquí para que ellos sepan que no le ha pasado nada, porque no hay señal de teléfono.
Sí, ok.
¿Ya?
Bueno, muchas gracias. Que tengan un buen día. Nos vemos. I just went into the National Park ticket office to ask which way I was allowed to walk. Luckily I did, because had I not, I would have walked the wrong way, because it's very limited here on the island. You're only allowed to walk on certain routes without a guide. Today I am at Sin Guia, which is Spanish for without a guide. So I have to walk on the main blue road on the map towards Terevaka, and that's the one I'm allowed to do without a guide. I'm at the ocean front now. The Pacific Ocean is the ocean I'm in the middle of. You can see the beautiful blue behind me. And right on the ocean front is the tourist information as well through here. And I just got 4 more Rapa Nui stamps. You're allowed to get them in your passport, but I asked if I could just get some more, so I put them in my notepad as a gift for some of my family members. So when I'm back, you will receive that as a present. But I now know the direction I'm going in, and it is in the direction of the church. And I need to go a few roads behind the church and then turn left onto Arapiki, which is the road that will take me up towards Terevaka, which you may just be able to see in the distance. That sort of hill there, maybe, I think that's Terevaka. And here behind me is a local football pitch, artificial turf. And you sometimes see people training on here and sometimes see some veterans playing as well. And literally directly opposite the football pitch are some statues. So this one is Au Taltira. And you can see it there. And just a bit further up is a slightly larger one in better condition, although it looks like the head may have been reattached at some point because you can see a difference in the colour of stone. The better option is to look from behind it to really find out. This one is called Au Hotake, and it's right here by the harbour front. Look at that. Here is the church behind me, and I actually visited the mass here on Sunday. I'm going to be posting that in a separate video. It's taken me around half an hour to walk here. I think I left at around 12:40 from my accommodation, so when I get to the peak of Terevaka, I'll say how long it took. And I know I am on the right road because this road sign has shown up and it says Arapiki. The road signs are obviously very nicely sculpted here. I believe these are fresh wild guava here on Easter Island. So let's pick them off and give them a taste. This is the Jardin or Jardin Botanico there. I thought it was actually free to enter, but you've got to pay 5,000, which is around £5. So I'm going to leave that at least for now, and maybe forever. This bottom place, Awakivi, is the place where the sort of base of the mountain is where I start my trail, and apparently I have to present my national park ticket there to go up, but I don't need a guide. I'm here now at Awakivi, I think, so I'm going to see if they'll let me through up to Terevaka, which is up there somewhere.
te pregunta que va a Terevaka y ella te va a indicar
Bueno.
cómo subir.
Muchas gracias. Que tengan buen día. Adiós, Rana. Okay, so that was not Agua Kivi. That was actually where the caves are, where I visited on a tour the other day. So I've just got to walk up this road here, apparently, and turn left. There are lots of free fruits along the way. For example, well, the main one is the guava. You're looking for the yellow ones. That one's not ripe yet. You can see it's a bit green. That one's probably just a... it's a bit dodgy, that one, but yeah, if they're on public land you can take them. This is what it looks like on the inside, and I haven't got two hands free, but you're supposed to basically rip it in half and eat the inside out. The inside is like a red fleshy fruit. There's really hard seeds on the inside. I'm not sure if you're supposed to eat them. I've probably accidentally swallowed a few, but I tried to spit them out. They're really almost like bullets. You can see the seeds in the middle there. You should be able to see the seeds there. So those seeds are really, really, really hard, like bullets. You can't chew through them. Not like harder than a passion fruit. Hola, me gustaría caminar a Terevaka.
¿Al Terevaka?
Sí.
Ok. ¿Lleva bastante agua?
Tengo agua.
Okay.
Sí, tengo grande. Sí.
Al plataforma no hay, no
Sí.
se puede entrar.
Sí.
Te sigue derecho de aquí, hay un camino
Sí.
de tierra que está allá.
Ah, bueno.
Pasa a mano derecha.
Derecha antes plataforma.
Antes del plataforma.
Antes plataforma derecha, sí.
Más seguro, mira, ¿ves ese árbol?
Sí.
El último árbol para arriba.
Ah, bueno. El último árbol.
Para arriba.
Sí. Qué bueno.
Usted llega a la punta y arriba hay un portón. Pasa el portón y guíate por donde dice Terevaka.
Sí.
Y de ahí, del Terevaka, vaya a guiar derechito hasta el cerro más grande que hay arriba. Ahí hay un moai. Tú llegas donde está el moai y ya está ahí en el Terevaka ya.
So I am now in Agua Kivi territory. They didn't ask for my national park ticket, so maybe you don't actually need one, which means if you're coming to Easter Island on a severe budget, you may be able to do this for free completely. Usually, if you're coming into Agua Kivi, you have to show your ticket and be with a guide, because just up ahead of me there are a row of Moai statues, which I should be able to see. Well, will I be able to see them? I've got to turn right pretty soon, so I might not be able to see them. Oh yes, I can just about see them. So I'll show you what they look like. So I have actually visited here already. Oh, it's quite dark, isn't it? If I zoom in, there are the row of Moai statues at Agua Kivi. I did visit there as part of my tour a few days ago. Now, I was told to take a right at the last tree. This looks like the last tree here, and there's a right, but there's actually a few more trees up here and another right around there. I'm going to take the first right just because the road looks more suitable for walking, so yeah, let's hope I'm going the right way. So it's about another hour from here. I'm on a sort of a mud road. Seems to be the main trail up to Terevaka. Quite a bit more windy at this altitude. I think the height of Terevaka is between 500 and 600 meters above sea level, and there's some nice views in the background as well. Some wild horses here on my way up to the top, and the beautiful Pacific Ocean all around me. 2 hours, 20 minutes into the walk, and this is the first sign that says Terevaka on it. So at least I know I'm going the right way now. And another major advantage is I'm all alone today. I have seen a couple of people walking back on horses. I think they were with some kind of tour, a horse tour, but I've got like everywhere to myself here. Solo on Easter Island. About half an hour to go. Luckily my name is not Autos, otherwise I wouldn't be able to enter here behind me. This is Maunga Kuma, a small volcano just in front of Terevaka, which is somewhere behind it. Some wildlife up ahead of me. Almost like falcons flying around. Just before reaching Terevaka, I did a quick U-turn to Maunga Kuma, the volcano that I just pointed out before, just to see what it looks like inside. And it looks like this. A big crater in the middle, no water in there, just some grass, although down in the centre I can see some more moss, and you can see the rocks around the outside of the crater as well. Entonces ahora, so now I'm going to be walking up to Terevaka, which is above my finger, about 10 more minutes. windy, but there's another small crater here with a tree in the middle, and Terevaka Peak is, I think there, just above my finger, about 5 more minutes. Very windy, but I'm about 10 steps away from Mount Terevaka. There's 2 horses behind me, and here is the peak. So here at the peak of Maunga Terevaka, the largest, highest and youngest volcanic peak here on Isla de Pagua, Easter Island, or Rapa Nui. It stands at 507 meters high. The last eruption was in the Pleistocene, and the volcano is no older than 400,000 years old, with the recent lava being analysed as 100 to 150,000 years old for the most recent eruption. Terevaka is the 12th most topographically isolated summit on this planet, and there are several craters, as you've seen on my way up here, that dot around Mount Terevaka, including Rano Arroy, which is a crater that holds a lake, one of 3 lakes on Easter Island, unfortunately inaccessible to the public as far as I'm aware. I'm kneeling down to shelter from the wind, but at the peak you can just about see this Easter Island statue here. It's not a big one, I think it's just a sort of decorative one with some sticks around it. When I stand up, you'll hear the wind come into my phone and block out the noise. But what I'm going to do is walk over here. It looks like it's a slightly lower peak, but I think it's still part of Mount Terevaka, and I should be able to look out onto basically the whole of the Pacific Ocean on that side. So I'm going to stand up and you'll be able to hear the wind. I'm having lunch at the peak, and if you've been following my vlogs in, where am I? Easter Island, you'll know that I am travelling on a budget, so it's rice and peas, which I bought from Santiago every day. The price of that is probably at around 10p a meal. Day 125, travelling through every country in South and Central America. I'm on my way back now, and vamos! It's a very nice view on the walk back, because I'm seeing basically everything that was behind me on the way up. And I don't know if you can hear the birds in the background as well. You can see the Rano Cal volcano, which I've already visited, all the way on the south of the island, and you can see sort of the coastline as well. Just walking back now, and you may just be able to see the plane directly above that hill, heading into the clouds towards Santiago. I think this bird has just eaten some feces. I'm not 100% certain. It seems to have something in its beak. Now this was interesting. I was just about to take off the rope from the fence, and this is probably the most dangerous looking spider I've seen so far in my whole journey through South America. Look at that. Wow. I'm just going to wait for him to move. He's quite well camouflaged in the bark. I think I'm going to wait for him to move before I risk moving the rope. Look at that. Is that something? Is that his head facing backwards? At the front of his face? What is that? Oh, he's eaten a wasp, I think. Can you see that? Looks like there's a wasp sticking out his face. Wow. I think he's eating the wasp now. Or she. Yeah, look. Oh yeah, I can see it now. The wasp is stuck out. The whole front, you can see on the left-hand side, that's the back end of the... I don't know, maybe it's a grasshopper. Maybe it's a grasshopper. Somebody has lost a sock just by the no enter autos sign here. Just the one sock though. And I did see some small children come up after me. There were about 5 or 6 people who arrived on my return journey. So maybe it's from those. I'm going to leave it there just in case they remember where it was. Or maybe I should go back and put the incy wincy teeny whittle spider inside the sock as a little surprise. And more beautiful views on the way down. Over there, in that sort of populated looking area, which you may just be able to see, maybe if I zoom in a bit, it's a bit better there. That is Hangaroa, and it's spelled H-A-N-A, Roa. But there's a slight curve on the N. If you write the N like that, on the end it flicks up, and that signifies an NG sound, as they don't have the letter G in the Rapa Nui language. So it is pronounced Hangaroa, but written Hanaroa.
make it all the way up?
Yeah, very nice.
¿Dónde fue?
Sí, bien, muy lindo, en Terevaka. Tengo una pregunta. ¿Puedo caminar, no entro, pero solo afuera a ver Moai?
Moai.
Moai aquí, pero es posible.
Afuera.
Solo afuera, pero es bien, solo afuera las
¿Dónde está
piedras.
el estacionamiento?
Sí,
Ya.
solo por aquí.
Yo te dejo entrar ahí, a donde está el estacionamiento, pero no entras para adentro.
Sí, sí, porque no tengo un guía hoy.
Sí.
I've arrived back now at Awa Kivi, and I wanted to go and have a closer look. I know I'm not allowed in without a guide, but I just asked if I could go up to sort of the wall area, and she said I can. I think she also said at the end that if someone tells me I shouldn't be there, then I have to tell them that she gave me permission. But yeah, it was quite interesting yesterday because I visited in there already with the tour about the 7 statues. So I'm going to try and get a closer look. So I've already been inside here on my tour, and it was explained to me that these 7 statues here are the first 7 explorers of the island. And when they arrived on the island, only 5 made it back to Polynesia to basically tell the king about this place. But this is those 7 people being represented here. And I asked whether their bodies were buried in front of them, like most of the Moai statues are made for the burial of ancestors. But in this case, they weren't buried here because they returned to their homeland. And I'm not sure if you can see the direction they are facing towards. I don't think the sea is actually viewable from here, or the ocean. But these are the only platform full of statues, or any statues, that actually face out towards the ocean. And the reason for that is because they were the first explorers on the island. But since returning to the island, all of the other Moai statues are facing towards the homes of the people here because their ancestors were buried just in front of the Moai statues, and the Moai statues were representing their relatives. And so they wanted their relatives to look back on them whilst they were living in their shelters and communities. So now I'm leaving, and I'm going to walk back. It's going to take around 2.5 hours. I may do the old hitchhiking on the way back to see if it works, because it's only sort of one main road, so anybody going back was probably going back towards the main part of the island. Bueno, hang a row? Sí, wow, muchas gracias.
Y hacía clase, pero cuando yo llegué,
Sí.
habían 580 personas.
Oh,
Solo 580.
wow. Entonces no mucho.
No era mucho.
No.
Y
Alright, well that was easy. About 5 or 10 minutes later I'm back in Hangaroa, the city where my accommodation is, and I didn't even have to stick my thumb out. That's why my recording was a bit off guard. I was not even set up. Someone just pulled over in front of me and asked if I wanted a lift back to the town. So here I am, and that was easy as pie. Is that what they say?